When did a prank go too far in the barracks? The night we convinced our depressed roommate that his girlfriend had cheated on him by faking text messages, not knowing he'd been contemplating suicide, and our harmless joke would be the final push that made him try to end his life. This happened at Fort Campbell in 2016. We had this soldier named Private Thompson who was going through a rough patch. His deployment had been extended twice. He was dealing with PTSD from losing friends in combat, and his long-distance relationship was the only thing keeping him going. Thompson's girlfriend, Sarah, lived back in Ohio, and he'd video chat with her every night. He'd show us pictures constantly, talk about wedding plans, and count down days until he could go home on leave to see her. A few guys in our platoon thought it would be funny to mess with Thompson about his relationship. They started making jokes about how Sarah was probably cheating, asking if he really trusted her, and suggesting long-distance relationships never worked. Thompson would get defensive and insist Sarah loved him and would never cheat. He'd show us her texts as proof everything was fine. The more he defended her, the more the guys would tease him about being naive. One night, when Thompson was on guard duty, Specialist Rodriguez decided to take the prank further. He grabbed Thompson's phone and started creating fake text conversations using an app that could spoof phone numbers. Rodriguez made it look like Sarah was texting another guy, talking about missing him and wanting to see him again. He even faked photos that appeared to show Sarah with someone else. When Thompson came back from guard duty and saw the messages, he completely broke down. He started crying and asking if we thought the texts were real. Instead of telling him it was a prank, we all played along and acted like we felt bad for him. Thompson spent the next 3 days in his bunk, barely eating or talking. He kept staring at the fake messages and trying to call Sarah, but Rodriguez had blocked her real number to make the prank more convincing. On the 4th night, Thompson's squad leader found him in the bathroom with a bottle of pill, trying to swallow all of them. Thompson had written a note saying he couldn't live without Sarah and that losing her was the last straw. The medics rushed Thompson to the hospital and pumped his stomach. While he was unconscious, we had to explain to the chaplain what had happened. That's when Rodriguez finally admitted the text messages were fake. When Thompson woke up, we told him the truth. Instead of being relieved, he just stared at us with complete betrayal. He said we'd taken the only good thing in his life and turned it into a weapon against him. Thompson was transferred to a different unit after he got out of the hospital. He never spoke to any of us again. We found out later he'd been seeing a therapist for depression and having suicidal thoughts for months before our prank. Sometimes what seems like innocent fun to you is the thing that finally breaks someone else.